What's going on, YouTube? So first things first, I'm gonna call myself out here, and I've been slacking. I missed my video last week. In all honesty, I was on vacation, which I just got back and I was exhausted, and that's no reason to actually stop doing these videos, but just wanted to explain for anybody who's out there actually holding me accountable to my one video a week challenge for all of 2025. So it just means in the upcoming weeks, I'm gonna have to do 2 videos in 1 week. That's no problem because I'm excited to talk about some things today, just because in a more recent video, I was talking about my vlog setup for 2025. And it's already changed, so what a surprise. I mean, as most people know, I recently picked up the XM5, which has become, in addition to my Ricoh, my kind of go-to camera when I'm traveling, especially for content creation, video. I love the XM5, but I feel like it wasn't everything that I needed, and it's not anything wrong with that camera. It's just that I wanted more versatility across the board, and so no, I didn't get any new cameras. I do have one camera that I don't think I've talked about on the channel just yet. I've posted about it on social media, but let's just kick it off because I've got some cool videos here from my vacation 2 weeks ago. Took a trip with my family to the Bahamas, which we do, at least we've done the past 3 years. So I wanted to make sure that I had the camera set up to enjoy every aspect of this trip from a photography/videography standpoint. And I also picked up a new way to carry my gear, which is nothing exciting. In all honesty, I typically just carry around my gear in a fanny pack or a backpack because I have the Brevity everyday backpack with the photo setup, which, like I said, I should do a video on that because Brevity, you've done a phenomenal job. I wish you would create a bag like what I'm going to talk about, but I'll just kind of kick things off with the newest setup for me because of the fact that I often use fanny packs or just, you know, carry things in my pocket, or I don't really like to put my camera on a strap. I don't know why. It's just, I feel very touristy, but that's me. And there's nothing wrong with it because I still do it from time to time and I still have the whole Peak Design strap set up. But this bag, which I'm about to show, is just a game changer. I don't know why more camera bag companies don't create bags like this because it's just instant classic. I've been looking at it for almost a year and I just decided to pull the trigger because I knew that with traveling, I wanted to have a lighter setup. And even though I did have a lot more of my camera gear with me when I went on vacation, this is the setup that I just carried everywhere. So if anybody has seen these bags, this is the Evergreen Legacy Sling, and it's just simple. It comes in black and then brown. I went with the black one just because I wear a lot more black than brown, but very simple bag. In all honesty, the thing I like about it is it actually has a camera divider, and I don't know how well you can see that in this lighting, but it's padded. It has just a simple divider, and it's just instant classic. I mean, like, I love this bag. It has some extra phone slots, which I'll show a little bit more in the video of, you know, what this looks like from a everyday setup, or at least the kit that I'm carrying, that I'm talking about in this set. But this bag is phenomenal. Evergreen, your products are sick. I need to get more of them. And hey, if you want me to do any more in-depth reviews on this bag, I'm more than happy to chat more offline. But this bag is what I used everywhere for traveling because of the fact that I can fit my XM5, an extra lens, or the kit that I'm gonna talk about right now. So let's break it down. The XM5. Everybody knows that this is my newest camera, and this has become my go-to lens setup with it, which is the 23mm f2. I do have a K&F quarter black mist filter on this lens. This combo is just absolutely sick. I've really found myself loving a recipe that I didn't use previously, because I've talked about it a lot before, but I use Portra 400 recipe or Reggie's Portra quite a lot. I love the look of those photos, but I wanted to just add some more dynamic to my photos. So I recently started finding my everyday, recipe is classic Cuban negative. And here's some photos. I absolutely love the setup and just the looks of all the photos that come out of classic Cuban, especially being able to use that on all of my Fujis. Clearly it's the only one that I've set up on my XM5 so far, but I think I will at some point set it up on my XH2. I just haven't taken my XH2 out of the house that much recently, just because this is my main video camera for setup at home. And while I know I still need to make more videos including my XH2 and using my XM5 as a video camera as the main reason I bought it for, this setup on my XM5 is just my favorite. I wish, maybe it's just me, and feel free to drop a comment if you disagree. There's something about the shape of these f2 lenses from Fuji that I personally just really don't like. I just think it looks goofy. I never liked using this lens just because the way it was set up on my X-T50. But I love this focal length. I'm debating picking up, there is a new Viltrox Air 25mm 1.7 that I feel like would be perfect with this XM5. Still make it very pocketable, and I think it's even shorter than this lens. But I don't know, Fuji, just can you make something that just isn't this shape? I don't know what it is, but that's my personal opinion. If anybody disagrees with me, that's fine. It's a stupid opinion on my own, but I just don't like this shape, and I don't like the 35. They're goofy, and that's all I'll say. But carried this everywhere. This is the ideal setup and focal length. Yeah, that's my opinion. My light just went off, so I had to reset this here. All right, I think my light's back on. I don't know if that changed too much of it, but my other camera, because this is pretty much the only setup that I need for when I'm traveling, because it covers with my Fuji, my video for talking heads. But I wanted to be a little bit more explorative, and so DJI strikes again. I don't know why this company is just so phenomenal, but if they ever release a actual like full frame camera or even a crop sensor camera, I think it's gonna blow up. I mean, Sigma, I won't go over that new camera, but I have my thoughts there. Not a fan. This camera, which I used to have a GoPro, God, years and years and years ago, and I had just seen the internet blow up about this camera, so I had to pick one up because it was just too good of a price point not to. So I picked up the Osmo Pocket Action Pro, or not the Osmo Pocket, the Action Pro 5, which this camera is just so simple. I mean, I have it in the case right now because boop, 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 boop. I think it's alive. Let's see. I don't know if the front screen actually lights up. The back screen is lighting up, but okay, there we go. So this thing is just a cool camera, and I love that you can actually, edit in their app. But my favorite thing about this was, being in a tropical island, I wanted a waterproof camera. So I did, and I will add right here, some video. I just went kind of free diving just along like the reefs in the Bahamas. I was very worried about breaking this at first because I heard some updates around the fact that if you don't have not the battery door, but the SD card door closed properly, it does void the warranty, or it breaks the camera ultimately. But I ended up just buying the warranty just in case. So I did that. DJI, if you see this at any point, I bought the warranty before I took it in the water, just in case that were to be any sort of circumstance there. But the video with this, just kind of not snorkeling, but just diving and swimming through the water. This thing is so cool. I actually have this little setup, which, I do have it right here, if I'm not gonna break this, because it can shoot vertically and horizontally. I have this nice little clip that goes on the case, which if I want to, I can use this as the nice selfie stick style video. But This also has a cool feature, which I had these for my Action 5 previously, or not Action 5, the Osmo Pocket 3. I'm not going to take this whole thing apart, but I can actually set this up to have a B-roll camera right on top of my XM5 or any of my other cameras. So that's just a small feature for like B-roll if I'm ever doing a photo shoot or anything like that. This is a great camera. The stabilization is really good, and this is just, you know, the ultimate setup. So that really breaks it down. I mean, you know, everything does fit into this one sling that I showed with the Evergreen, but this, in my opinion, is really all you need. I mean, it covers my video, it covers adventures, it gives me some behind the scenes, and then this. And while I do have this little, if I don't break that first, I do have this little tripod, which I carry with that. So if I just want to set any of the cameras down or anything like that, this is very nice because it just sets everything up right there. It's not overly bulky, and yeah, I fit everything in this small bag, and it's not like I'm lugging around a backpack or anything like that. So check out some photos and videos. I'm gonna add more here just with both of these cameras from my trip. And if you have any questions about the XM5, the 23mm f2, or the Action 5, drop a comment down below. Once again, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. This is the end of the video. But if you know you're coming back, great to see you again, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, in a nice way. Or any questions you have, you know, drop them below. But thanks again, guys. I'll catch you next week.